It says breaking news: Eric Ten Hag is safe or something, whatever it said.
Yo,
And I actually thought to myself, "No, this can't be serious. It must be a joke."
can you on
And
mute,
then
bro?
I just turned on to Sky Sports News and it was breaking news.
That's connected.
And if you see my face here, I was just deflated. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that they've actually kept this manager. And it just shows you the standards are dropped at this club, because if you're a Real Madrid or any top team, you're just sacking this guy immediately. Like, he wouldn't even made it to the end of the season. You know what I mean?
Not at PSG anyway. PSG would have probably got rid of him already.
Any top team, he ain't making it to the end of the season. And that's why, like,
even you're right.
What you saying, bro?
Even if they're basing him winning the FA Cup,
I'm all good,
man. Reason to keep his job.
I'm all good.
Yeah,
it's poor in itself. Really.
I think you got two things.
Yeah, they've made their decision. But one thing as well.
I'm just gonna remove you. I'm gonna remove the one.
So obviously, there's a few obviously YouTubers that I watch, and you know what? I said this as well, but and he kind of reiterated what I said. Yeah, when you actually think about it, yeah, the negotiations with Ten Hag, they could break down. You know?
What, as in Ten Hag could change his mind and be like,
well, I'll tell you why. Yeah, I'll tell you why it could break down, because the whole reason them giving him a new contract is to reduce his power in his contract now. So they're gonna have to obviously give him a new one.
Are you good?
Now,
yeah, I'm all good.
If they had got intentions of Southgate,
I'm all good, man. I'm all good.
Then they realistically should only give him a year extension. You know what I mean, or 2 years max. Because what I'm trying to say is that it looks like it's a cost-saving exercise. So they'd rather keep Ten Hag in control for the time being, because it's about saving money. Because obviously they have to pay him out money if they sack him. Now, I think if they come to Ten Hag and say, you know, you got a year extension, let's say, then if you're Ten Hag, why would you accept that? Because that means they've got plans to replace you. You know what I mean? Or they might put something in his contract which says, if you don't achieve something following season, then we can sack you for a reduced amount. But I think something's going to be put in that contract which he's not going to be happy with, I believe. If their plan is to get Southgate. If they give him like a 3 or 4 year, a 3-year contract, let's say, then, as I say, this club is finished, because this manager ain't good enough. You know what I mean? And I think as well, there still might be something in there where they can get rid of him. So it just depends what Ten Hag kind of sees for himself, in a sense, you know, because he might just turn around and say, look, this ain't working for me, and then go. But then in a sense, he's not going to do that, because obviously he's due a hefty payout. So so really the power, in a sense, is with Ineos, because Ineos could, you know, give him a new contract, which is like a year extension, and force his hand. You know what I mean? Or they can or they can just sack him. You know what I mean? But it's going to be interesting to see, because man, I don't believe United have any money. So and if Southgate, if they are trying to line up Southgate to be the next manager, because Southgate's been there for that long, and he's all of a sudden now he's now saying if they don't win, he's going to step down. If he becomes United manager, I can safely say, man, I'm not watching this team again. I don't even want to watch them now.
Sure.
You know what I mean? You got to deal with this bald idiot in the dugout, and now I got to deal with this waistcoat idiot now for England if he comes in. So yeah, man, it's gonna be painful, man. So yeah, but all we can do, man, is just pray. That's what I'm saying. Just pray, because it's gonna get worse for this team.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, from what you're saying, it sounds like it's more of a business contract than a sporting one. It's more a business decision more than a sporting decision, which is typical of what I've been saying. Like,
yeah,
it's at the end of the day, we're a football club. We're not a marketing club. We're not a business club. We're a football club, and we're not being run.
It's become that though, isn't it? It's become that.
Yeah, it's been run by a businessman. Obviously, he's done well in his sports, like obviously cycling, racing, but I mean, he's not done too bad at Nice. But at the same time,
yeah,
it's still another businessman, isn't it? Like, fair enough, David Beckham is David Beckham in it, but he's done well in at Miami. It's gonna take a while for in at Miami to really take off, because right now they're looking more like a celebrity thing, because all I see is celebrities at their matches, but still there's still football there. You still got someone who comes down to the football pitches, who talks to the players, who's close to the players. Like, he understands football. So I think for him, he's gonna get that right eventually. And we need someone who actually genuinely does understand football, not some old guy who's he's running marathons, but how much does he know about football? Yeah, he says he supports Man United, but how much of his love for Man United is really being shown at the moment? Because right now, from what I've heard, it's just power. Like, everything goes through him, which is fair enough. But the manager's got to at least have some say in what goes on. You can't just say to the manager, "Oh yeah, we're signing this player, deal with that." Do you know?
Yeah, but you know what? Yeah, I think this is the way of football now. I think if you look at a lot of the teams now, it's going that way. I think the era of the Fergusons, the Mourinhos that controlled everything, I think that's going.
I'm all good, mate.
The model's different, so you're probably gonna see a lot more teams like that.
Deflated, bro.
I think,
yeah, man.
Look at Chelsea at the
the
moment.
only teams that don't do that consult their manager. It's probably Man City.
Mate, I'm just been deflated ever since.
And to an extent,
obviously, I was telling you the other day that
you know,
I think
Klopp had a big influence there as well. But I think you're going to see a lot more of this.
When the news broke late,
coaches are just there. Coaches are expected to coach. You know what I mean? They're not really if you look at their title, it's not really manager no more. It's head coach, because they're expected to coach the team. You know, and this is why I think the way that Man United were as well, I think Man United needed that. They needed someone to come in as a head coach to improve the players. Even though some of these players I don't think are good enough, but at least if you're bringing in a coach to improve them, if you're keeping Ten Hag is. I thought Ten Hag was a coach. He's not. Clearly, he's not. You know what I mean? He's just a fraud. Like, let's be honest. Like, that is what he is. He's someone that is like, he's fooled us all. That's what I will say. You know, because as I say, someone coming from Ajax is a case where you expect a lot more from them. And all I've seen from him is him fall out with top players, and essentially the main thing for me is the players he consistently plays. You know how he's left Amad Diallo, who is right now United's best attacker. How he's been left on the bench and he's playing these other guys like Garnacho or Højlund is laughable. You know what I mean? Anthony, like they're not better than Amad, and that's why I want a new manager as well, to come there with a different approach. You know what I mean? Of fresh ideas. Or we're gonna get more of the same shit, yeah. And then when United do fail again, and these players that they're trying to cling on to, disappoint again, you're gonna have a lot of these Man United fans complaining. Well, you guys wanted this, so you know what I mean. You can't be complaining. You can't be complaining. And as I said, for me next season for Man United, Man United for me should always be predicting to, like, for me, finish in the top 3. That should be the minimum aim of Man United. For the amount of money they spend, how big the squad is, and the ambition, they should be aiming no less than 3rd place for me. You know, 3rd place in a trophy somewhere. Yeah. Even though for me, you know, I don't think trophies are the be all and end all of it, because if you look at United win the FA Cup, there's no one that can say that United deserve to win the FA Cup. Yeah, technically they've won it, but Coventry, there was like a toenail away from being knocked out at the semi-final. You know what I mean? So the Liverpool game, Liverpool were obviously wasteful. You know, the Man City game, Man City dominated the game. I think Man United started the game well, but Man City dominated, and then obviously United held on. But I'm looking at the full season.